Is the gambling investigation actually affecting the refs, or are we just seeing things? Plus, the internet is harassing Jimmy Butler, and we need to talk about it. But the real question is the trade market. Jeremy Grant or Andrew Wiggins? One solves the lineup, the other destroys the cap sheet. And we're taking a trip down memory lane to the let's address the elephant in the room. Every time there is a questionable call late in a game now, everyone screams, "It's the gambling investigation." Look, we have no sense that's actually the case. Obviously, we hope it isn't. Right, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion. It feels more like internal politics or just bad officiating. But speaking of gambling, did you guys see the video of the fan harassing Jimmy Butler? The guy bet the over on a 30-point night and was screaming at Jimmy. I wanted to tell him, bro, who is betting $3,000 on a regular season prop bet? Laughing, that is a massive bet on a specific stat line. That's wild. But no, I don't think the officiating issues are conspiracy level yet. Let's leave that to Twitter. Let's go to the chat. Someone asked about trading for Corey Kispert from the Wizards. The proposal was Max Christie or Vondo and Dalton Connect. You're adding shooting, sure. But you are losing the exact defense we keep saying this team needs. The Lakers don't have deadly knockdown shooters, so Kispert is a luxury I'd like, but not for draft compensation. And let's be real, you aren't getting him for Vondo. That Vanderbilt contract is practically immovable right now without attaching picks. They just extended him. Why would they dump him immediately unless they viewed Dalton as the long-term replacement? I agree. I think Kispert ends up on a contender eventually and has a massive playoff run, but the math for the Lakers is tricky there. King Reef in the chat asks, what are your favorite LeBron moments, Laker or non-Laker? Man, 2018 LeBron was a revelation. That was the best basketball player ever at the absolute peak of his powers. Remember the game winner over Jimmy Butler? The block on one end, the one-legged fadeaway on the other. From that moment through the finals, he was far and away better than anyone on earth. It was something we'd never seen before. For me, it's the 25 straight points against the Pistons in 2007. That was the moment he dragged them past Detroit. And obviously, the 2016 block on Iguodala. That series is legendary. Alright, the big meat of the episode. A listener proposes Gabe Vincent, Maxey, Vondo, and a second for Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant is shooting much better this year. But I am terrified of that contract. He's making $32 million, then $34 million, then $36 million. If you trade for him, you are likely losing Rui Hachimura or Ayton/another piece next summer due to the apron. Would you rather have Grant at $30 million plus or Rui in the low $20s? Plus, Grant is ultimately a power forward. We already have a pretty good one of those named LeBron James. What about Wiggins? Look, I've said this a dozen times. If the world was ending next summer and we needed to win now, I trade for Wiggins in a heartbeat. Wiggins solves almost every starting lineup issue. He guards the other team's best player. He rebounds. He's athletic. He can hit spot-up threes. But he's in his 30s, that's the rub. Do you give up a first-round pick for a guy in his 30s when your foundational young guys, Reeves, this team is good enough to invest in? We should be aggressive. But there is an opportunity cost. The Lakers are projected to be one of the few teams with cap space next summer. If you take on Wiggins or Grant, that space vanishes. As Rob Pelinka likes to say, you lose your optionality. Exactly. If you go all in, you have to be right. You can't burn the future flexibility unless that player guarantees you a shot at the title. We aren't going to get to all the super chats today because we've got to run, but we appreciate every single one of you. Big news. We are moving this show to twice a week starting soon. This has quickly become my favorite part of the week. Same here. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'll see you guys next week.